I'm back. Hello, everyone. It's Lene. I've been absent from YouTube for a while, I know. Today is Thursday, November 21st, 2019. This year has been a really tough year for me. I'm ready for 2019 to be over. For those of you who have supported my channel since its inception, I would like to say thank you to you. I know I haven't been putting out much content lately. In fact, it's been a few months since my last video, and my reason for my absence is because I've been dealing with a lot of personal things. You know, I was living out of my vehicle. I did that for 3.5 months, and there were some advantages to it, and there were some disadvantages as well. It was stressful for me. The hardest part was staying organized and staying on top of things. But I survived it. And I learned some things about myself as well. So, as of August 1st, I have been on HRT for exactly, count it, 1 full year. It's hard to believe that time has gone by so fast. You know, I still have a long way to go in my transition, I feel. I'm still at the beginning, but I have come a long way in the last year. As of today, I've been on HRT for over 15.5 months. It'll be 16 months on December 1st, which is not too long from now. I started taking ingestible estrogen in late September, so that would have been around the 13th month mark. I haven't really noticed any significant changes in my physical appearance since taking it. However, mentally, I was getting a high dose. I was on a bi-weekly regimen, so I was doing my injections every other week, receiving a really high dose. But recently I got in touch with my doctor and suggested that if I could do half the dose at twice the frequency. So instead of the 1 ml, I would just do half of ml every week. Because I would feel by the second day that I was kind of unstable emotionally. I did my best to suppress it and not reveal that to anyone, but you know, I didn't feel quite right. So my next dose is scheduled for next Thursday, so I'll be taking only a half a milliliter of estrogen. It's kind of nice because I don't have to take it every day, but at the same time, I guess a physical change that I've kind of noticed, maybe it's just all in my head, I don't know, but my legs seem to be, I don't know, they look a little more masculine to me than they did prior to starting injectable estrogen. Maybe it's just taking my body a little while to get used to it. I don't know. I apologize if there's background noise. I think the heater just came on. And I have no idea of how to turn it off. But like I said, this year has been quite the roller coaster. It really has. I lost my health insurance last summer. For a while I was without it. But I was able to get coverage again once my temporary pharmacy job that I was only on for less than 2 months, the assignment ended. So I am re-enrolled in Medicaid, I'm still on it right now. I am working again though, so that's good. And I'll be starting a new job next week, at the end of next week. My current job, I've been there for about 2 months now, and you know, it's nice for now. I don't hate my job. You know, there are nice people who work there. It's a great, well-ran company, I think, but I've noticed that my tips aren't that good compared to what I was doing last year at the hotel. So I recently was hired by another hotel. So it's a new hotel that just opened up in the area, so yeah, I'll be working there starting next Friday. I'm kind of excited and a little nervous about the whole thing too, but life's all about taking chances. In worst case scenario, if I don't like it, maybe I can return to where I was before, but ultimately I want to work for myself still, and I'm working on that right now. I'm learning about how to do government contracting. So I've been researching that now for, I want to say, almost a month now, for all of this month, definitely. But I'm still in the early stages of setting up my business and learning how to actually make money from it. So hopefully everything will work out with that, because if things do work out with it, I will definitely earn a lot more than I'm earning now. And I feel like that's the only way I'll be able to qualify to buy a home of my own. So, yeah, I hope that works out. I really do. So, yes, I did mention that I lost my insurance back in August, I believe, or July, somewhere around that time. And it was devastating. It really was, because I scheduled an appointment with my doctor to start injections. I would have started them earlier than September. But I found out once I got there that I had been dropped from my insurance, which was Medicaid. So I decided not to see the doctor that day. Luckily, I had enough medications that I stocked up on prior to going out to Nevada, because before I left for Nevada, I found out that my insurance wasn't covered out there. It was only good for Colorado. So I made sure that I had enough medications to get me at least through the next few months. So I did right by doing that, thankfully. It was a close call, it really was. But that's what saved me from running out. So if you've been following my channel, you know that I did cryopreservation back in July of 2018, right before I started HRT. And I signed an agreement to pay, I think it was $500 every year for storage. Financially, I haven't been able to pay for this year, so I'm not sure what's going on with that right now. I haven't received any kind of notification from the clinic. And I'm not sure what happens if you don't pay by a certain time. I don't know. But I'm a little afraid to find out, a little scared, but I need to face that pretty soon once I'm able to. Although things are still pretty tight right now, though. They really are. Even making these videos, it seems a little difficult for me because I'm not used to it. And maybe I was never really that good at it, but it's not something that I do regularly anymore. But I would like to definitely start making videos again and start putting out content. I started a podcast August, called Authentically Us. You can find it on Spotify and Anchor. I haven't been able to pursue that like I wanted to for right now. Eventually I want to start doing podcasts again, because I feel like there's definitely a need for me, being a black trans woman, to, I guess, just to be able to talk about our experience in the community, because it's different. We are most likely, for a lot of bad things to happen to us. But I've only made 2 episodes so far. I really want to get into that again, though. It's just that at the time I was living out of my vehicle. My first episode I recorded in a library, and it turned out okay. I don't think the sound quality was quite like I wanted it to be. And the second episode I recorded it in my vehicle. It was a little better, the sound quality was, but that's definitely something that I still would like to improve in. So, yeah, eventually I want to start working on that again. And for those of you who have actually listened to it, if there is anyone, please don't give up on me. I really want to do podcasts. I know there are other podcasts out there similar to, that deal with the trans experience, but I just feel like a lot of people are, not everyone, but a lot of them that I've come across are vulgar. They're kind of offensive with the foul language. I'm not really into that. If you are, that's fine. I want for people to have a space that's positive, where they don't have to, worry about all of that negativity and, it's just not something that I'm about. And if you're not about that either, then, I'm definitely like you. Currently, I've been at this place where I'm living now for a little over a month. Things are going okay, or they were, but I kind of sense that there has been a distance created between the owner of the house and myself. I like her, she's a nice lady, but I feel like there's a lack of respect now. I was talking to her last night, and she abruptly just walks out of the room and walks upstairs and says, it's getting too stressful, I gotta go. It was really strange to me, very off-putting. And I called her, and she just kind of stormed off, and I just told her, that was very rude of you, which it was. I signed a 3-month lease here, but I don't think I'm going to go beyond that. I really don't think I will, because I want to be respected by the people that I live with. I noticed that the 2 other guys who live here, they're pilots, they're both white guys. It seems like, based on what I've heard of her interaction with them, there's, more respect, because even a lot of times when I've noticed lately when we've had conversations between the 2 of us, it's more like, her telling me that I'm wrong, or for thinking a certain way, or for, doing something a certain way. Whereas with them, it's more respect is given. And I'm not asking for anyone to respect me. I'd rather you respect me than like me, but I can't change how people feel. All I can control are my own actions. Hi, I'm terribly sorry my roommates just got home. But I want to end this video, so to all a good evening, God bless, and don't be a stiff.